So much of our psychological suffering can be explained by a very simple misunderstanding. We confuse how other people see us with what we really are. And these two perspectives couldn't be more different. When other people see you, they see a human being, a body which has a certain shape and size. They see a personality, they hear a voice, they have all of these characteristics which they coalesce into one being. And that's who you are. That's the person. That's who you are identifying with. And of course, this perspective is not totally invalid. I mean, if somebody's asking for my passport, I know that I have to show this card which has my picture on it. And I can, on a relative level, of course, identify that this is me. This is what I look like in conventional reality. But if I stop there, if I think that my existence simply boils down to this meat vehicle existing in space and time, then I'm grossly mistaken, and I'm in for a world of unnecessary suffering. So what can I do to remedy this situation? Well, the answer is very simple. Simply look for yourself at what you are. Don't take anybody's word for it. Don't take my word for it. Look for yourself and see what you actually are. Now, without a doubt, your existence is not just nothing. You are 100% sure right now that there is awareness, consciousness here right now. You're experiencing something. And you might be utterly confused about what you are experiencing and what you are, what it is that is having this experience. But that you are experiencing is true beyond any doubt. Just check for yourself in your very own experience. Is there any doubt right now that the lights are on? That experience is being experienced? Well, unless you're a zombie or some kind of robot, then the answer is of course yes. Experience is being experienced. So in a fundamental way, we have established that you are that which is aware of experience. But what is it that is aware of experience? Like I said, the conventional answer is that you, as this body-mind thing, are aware of your experience. This is who you are. But is that actually true? In your own experience, are you a body right now? Well, you're looking at this video and you're barely even seeing your body. You don't know, actually, if you have 20 toes right now, or just 10. A new arm might have grown out of your back right now, but you don't even know because it's not part of your experience. What you're experiencing of the body right now is just this amorphous flow of sensation. They're constantly shifting. They have no clear boundary. Nothing about these sensations says, this is a body. Now you may say, well, I can look at my body, and then I can clearly see what I am. Well, try it right now. Look at your body and see everything that you consider the boundary of your being. Usually we draw this line at the level of the skin. We think the skin somehow designates where we end and the world begins. But notice right now that all you know of this experience of seeing the body is seeing itself. And what is seeing? Seeing, again, is just a form of experience. It's awareness. So awareness is aware of seeing the body. But is awareness somehow located in the body? Look again. Look at your hands and see whether awareness is somehow within these fingers you are seeing. Does awareness somehow stop within the boundary of your body? No, of course it doesn't. Again, all there is to this experience you're having right now is the experience of seeing appearing in various different forms. But this awareness of seeing doesn't stop at the body. It includes your entire visual field. So awareness already exceeds the body. It is not contained within the body. But then you might say, well, awareness has to be in the body, because if I'm pinching myself, there's a sensation arising. So that must mean that awareness is located within the body. Well, I will grant you that. There is, of course, a correlation between what happens to the body and what shows up in awareness. But the wrong conclusion would be to say that this is so because awareness is in the body. Yes, there is a connection, but that is because awareness is taking the perspective of the body. It doesn't become the body. And that difference really is fundamental. Imagine you're looking at a movie that is filmed from a first-person perspective. You are essentially taking the perspective of the person who is in the movie. But are you, by looking at this perspective, becoming the person in the movie whose perspective you are watching? Of course not. Of course, you're simply aware of the perspective. And likewise, the awareness which you are is having this perspective, but is not entering into it, is not becoming any piece of this perspective. So again, when we return to this experience of simply pinching yourself, a sensation arises in awareness and a sight arises in awareness. The mind then correlates the two, but of course, both the experience of seeing the pinching happen and the sensation which arises, both simply appear in awareness. The experience of feeling the body and seeing the body are in awareness, but awareness is not in the body. And that is the fundamental difference here. Yes, to other people, you are a flesh and blood human being, but you to yourself are always primarily simply this indefinable awareness, this presence which knows all experience. Again, check whether this is true. Isn't it the case that all sensations, all sights, all experiences, for that matter, simply arise in awareness? And see how different this recognition of your fundamental experience is. To others, you are a body which was born and will die someday. But in your own experience of yourself, you are simply this wide open awakeness, which doesn't have a date, a time to it. It doesn't have a beginning where it started. It has no ending to it, because it doesn't exist in this conventional view of time. It is that which takes the shape of everything we interpret as the flow of time, but it itself is never limited to this display. To others, you are a person which gets up in the morning and moves a lot throughout the day and then finally rests again at night. But you to yourself, as this awareness, are just this ever still awake openness. It never moves one bit, yet it's taking the shape of all apparent movement. To others, you are an object which is distinct from all other objects. But you to yourself, as this transparent awareness, are not separate from anything. You are absolutely intimate, closer than close, without any separation, to all facets of experience. Everything is the expression of what you are. So again and again and again, we find that how other people see us and what we truly are couldn't be more different. And you just need to recognize the evidence which is so readily given. Simply notice what's actually the case. Notice the actuality of your experience. And again, don't believe anybody about this. Simply notice whether what I just described applies to your experience. I can certainly answer for myself that this boundaryless freedom of being simply awareness and nothing else is always available, is always here. But simply listening to me and believing it won't do you any good. See for yourself whether it's true. And taste this freedom for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments. Other than that, you can also get in direct contact with me through my website. And I will see you right here next time. Enjoy your day.